Princess Leonor Wedding 2025, Denmark and Spain celebrate historic royal love. Spain's royal palace glowed beneath the spring sun. Crowds lined the streets. Cameras flashed. Voices trembled with joy. Everyone expected tradition, form, duty, ceremony. But what they witnessed instead was love rewriting history. A royal wedding uniting two kingdoms, two hearts, and millions of fans around the world. This is the story of Princess Leonor's wedding to Prince Christian, a moment that changed Spain and Denmark forever. From the beginning, Leonor's journey wasn't just royal, it was human. The young princess, once shy and cautious, grew under the watchful eyes of Spain, every step measured, every smile analyzed. Born to be queen, she carried the weight of a nation with grace far beyond her years. But behind the royal duty, behind the crown's shimmer, was a girl who dreamed, not of power, but of love. Their story began quietly, years ago. At first, they were just two young royals, heirs of neighboring thrones, meeting at official events. Publicly polite, distant, predictable. But something shifted at the summer gala in Oslo. As music filled the ballroom, Leonor and Christian were seen laughing, not in the formal, rehearsed way royals do, but in that rare, natural way that only happens when two souls connect. It was innocent, fleeting, and unplanned. Yet it sparked something that would grow beyond diplomacy, beyond royal protocol. From that night, subtle moments began to emerge. A glance across state dinners. A shared joke during a photo session. Royal observers noticed, and whispers spread, is there something between Spain and Denmark's heirs? The media called it fantasy. The families denied it. But behind palace walls, letters were being exchanged, handwritten, heartfelt, and sealed in secrecy. Two young royals, both trapped in the golden cage of expectation, found freedom in each other's words. For years, their bond remained hidden, strengthened by time and distance. Leonor entered the military academy in Zaragoza, Christian began his royal training in Denmark. They grew separately, yet somehow, together, shaped by similar burdens, mirrored lives. Every duty they fulfilled, every ceremony they attended, brought them closer in understanding. And every goodbye deepened the ache of something unspoken. Then came the moment that changed everything. In late 2024, during Leonor's brief visit to Copenhagen for an education summit, the two met privately at Frederiksberg Castle. It wasn't an official meeting. It wasn't planned by royal protocol. But it was the night their destiny became clear. Witnesses say the two spoke for hours, about duty, family, and fear, and about the impossible dream of choosing love in a world built on obligation. That night, Christian reportedly told her, if we can lead nations, we can also lead our own hearts. By winter, rumors were swirling through both royal courts. Spain's royal advisors were cautious. Denmark's were discreet. But inside both palaces, one truth was undeniable: this was more than affection. It was unity born of genuine connection. Two heirs, not defying tradition, but redefining it. And then, the announcement. January 2025. A royal statement from both Spain and Denmark, brief, elegant, and world-shattering. Her Royal Highness Princess Leonor of Spain and His Royal Highness Prince Christian of Denmark are delighted to announce their engagement. The world erupted. Spain celebrated. Denmark rejoiced. Media outlets flooded with headlines, Europe's future united by love. It wasn't just a royal marriage, it was a diplomatic miracle. Two powerful houses, the Bourbon and the Glucksburg, intertwined after centuries of shared history. The wedding date was set for May 2025, and anticipation grew like never before. Every headline, every photo, every whisper painted a picture of modern royalty, youthful, tender, and human. Designers across Europe competed for the honor of creating Leonor's gown. Speculation pointed to a Spanish classic, perhaps a nod to Queen Letitia's timeless style, but with a personal touch that reflected Leonor's independence. As the day approached, Madrid transformed. Flags of Spain and Denmark waved side by side. Cathedrals echoed with choir rehearsals. And beyond all the noise, there was quiet excitement, the kind that comes only when history and emotion meet. The morning of the wedding, the world held its breath. From Denmark's Amalienborg Palace to Spain's Zarzuela, television screens flickered with live broadcasts. Queen Margrethe, radiant with pride, was seen wiping a tear. King Felipe, stoic yet moved, stood tall beside his daughter. And when Leonor appeared, the air changed. Her gown shimmered with delicate embroidery, symbols of both nations woven into the fabric. Her veil, light as air, carried tiny gold-threaded initials, C and L, intertwined. As she stepped out of the royal carriage, sunlight poured across Madrid's cathedral steps like a divine spotlight. Fans wept. Crowds cheered. And at the altar, waiting, stood Christian, calm, emotional, eyes fixed only on her. When their hands met, it wasn't just two royals joining, it was two worlds healing old divisions. The priest's voice trembled as he spoke, "May this union remind us that love is the crown that binds all nations." And as they exchanged vows, you could feel it, the sincerity, the fragility, the power of love that had endured whispers, distance, and duty. Queen Letitia's eyes glistened. King Felipe looked on with quiet pride. And in the front row, Sophia, Leonor's sister, smiled with joy that only a sister can know. The cathedral bells rang, echoing across the city. Spain celebrated its queen-to-be. Denmark welcomed its future king. And together, they wrote the first chapter of a united royal future. Outside, the reception that followed was a vision of modern Europe, Danish roses mingled with Spanish olive branches, a symbolic blend of two cultures. The menu featured dishes from both nations, Danish pastries alongside Spanish paella, a culinary love story in itself. Music played, traditional, classical, and modern. But one song silenced the crowd, a private duet written for Leonor and Christian, composed secretly by Spanish and Danish musicians together. As night fell, fireworks painted the sky above Madrid, red and white for Denmark, red and yellow for Spain. Two nations, one love story. And beneath the glow, Leonor and Christian shared their first dance as husband and wife. The cameras captured every detail, but what moved the world most wasn't the ceremony, it was their faces. The tenderness. The way they looked at each other like everything else had vanished. That look became the image of the year, a portrait of love stronger than tradition. Across the globe, millions watched replay after replay. Social media overflowed with emotions. "I've never seen a royal wedding this real." "You can feel their connection." "History just fell in love again." And yet, even amidst celebration, there were questions. How will this change the future of Europe's monarchies? Will Leonor one day be Queen of Spain with Christian by her side as consort, or could this union evolve into a shared era of diplomacy between their nations? Political analysts debated, but for the people, the answer was simple: love had already won. Weeks later, Leonor and Christian returned from their honeymoon, a quiet retreat in Majorca, and resumed their royal duties. But something was different. Every handshake, every appearance carried warmth. Every speech Leonor gave radiated calm confidence, the strength of a woman now not only royal, but loved and supported completely. When they stood together at their first official joint event in Copenhagen, reporters described an atmosphere, not of monarchy, but of humanity. It was the beginning of a new chapter for both nations. Their wedding didn't just unite Spain and Denmark. It reminded the world what monarchy could mean in modern times, not power over people, but connection among them. In the years to come, historians will call it the Love Alliance. The moment two young royals dared to bridge tradition with emotion. And for those who witnessed it, either from the cathedral steps or through the glow of their screens, one memory will never fade: the sight of Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, hand in hand, smiling as the world cheered. Spain and Denmark had celebrated a royal wedding, but what they truly celebrated was the triumph of love itself. Because in the end, crowns may glitter, traditions may bind, but love remains the truest symbol of royalty. Princess Leonor's wedding wasn't just history. It was heart. And for millions around the world, it proved one timeless truth. Even in palaces built by duty, love still reigns supreme.